Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar, Decoding AI and Machine Learning. I'm Priya Manand, your host for today's session, and on behalf of Education Nest, I'm thrilled to have you all here with us. Education Nest, as you know, is dedicated towards providing advanced corporate training and resources to help professionals build the skills they need to thrive in today's tech-driven world. Let me now start by setting the stage for our webinar by introducing our topic. Artificial intelligence, or AI, as we all know, is a simulation of human intelligence in machines, enabling them to perform tasks that would normally require human cognition. Within this umbrella of AI, we have machine learning, which is one of the core ways we train these systems. Machine learning is essentially about teaching machines to learn from data so they can improve over time without being explicitly programmed for every single task. Our guide for this session is Dr. V. Ajanta Devi, a seasoned expert in AI and machine learning. She is a certified artificial intelligence um, engineer and the founder and research head of AP3 Solutions. She is also a Microsoft certified application developer and a Microsoft certified technical specialist. Ajanta is a senior member of IEEE and has won many paper presentation awards as well as few research oriented international awards. Ajanta brings a wealth of knowledge and hands on experience, so you're definitely in for a treat. Feel free to drop your questions in the comment section throughout the session. We'll have a dedicated Q&A at the end where Ajanta will address as many as possible. Ajanta, thank you for joining us. The floor is all yours.
Yeah, thank you and thank you. Dear friends, let me just get into the session. Yeah, decoding artificial intelligence and machine learning. Dear friends, actually, artificial intelligence and machine learning are no longer just buzzword. They are transforming industries, shaping the future of work, and revolutionizing the way we interact with technology. From autonomous vehicle to personalized healthcare, AI and ML are the heart of the groundbreaking innovation that were once considered science fiction. This is the exact webinar. We are going to discuss on decoding artificial intelligence and machine learning, but we are just going to get into this understanding about the technology and game-changing innovation. Aiming to demystify these powerful technologies and explore their real-world applications. Dear friends, in this session, we are going to discuss how these technologies are impacting everything from business to everyday's life. You will gain a deeper understanding of core concepts like supervised or unsupervised, neural network, and natural language processing. And of course, we also explore some innovations that is reshaping the industries such as healthcare, finance, entertainment, and more. Whether you are a beginner looking to understand the basics, a professional exploring new career opportunity, simple curious about the future of AI, this webinar will provide a valuable insight, practical advice, and total needed to stay ahead of the curve. So let's join as we decode the complexity of AI and ML and explore how these technologies are paving the way of next wave of innovation.
Ajanta, you're on mute. Ajanta, you're on mute.
Okay, now it's
repeat?
okay?
Yeah, we are audible.
Fine. Dear friends, let's start the session with the essential skills and tools for getting started in artificial intelligence. I'm excited to walk you through the core elements that will help you. That will build you a strong foundation in artificial intelligence and set you up for success. Dear friends, actually, this exact core skills in mathematical and statistics. It is actually the bedrock of AI. As a beginner, you will want to develop a good grasp of linear algebra, understanding things like vectors, matrix, and eigenvalues. These concepts are foundational for neural network and many machine learning algorithm. Then that's calculus. So don't worry, you don't need to master everything, but understanding derivatives and partial derivatives will be key when you get into the training models and optimization. So finally, we have the probability and statistics. Yeah, where you will learn about probability distribution, hypothesis testing, and statistical inference. These are the essential for making sense of data and understand the behavior of AI model. Now moving on to the programming skills. Here Python is your best friend. Python has becoming the industry standard for AI with libraries that make data pre-processing, analysis and modeling more accessible than ever. Start with libraries like NumPy and Pandas for data manipulations and scikit-learn for machine learning model. Once you are ready to tackle deep learning, yes, TensorFlow and PyTorch will come in handy as they are widely used for building and deploying neural networks. Dear friends, of course, AI relies on data. So you'll need to learn data handling and analysis. Start with data wrangling, where you will learn how to clean pre-processors and handle missing data, which are common issues in any real-world data set. And here, exploratory data analysis is another crucial skill. Here you will use tools like Matplotlib and Seaborn to create a visualization, uncovering trends and patterns that guide your approach to model building. Visualization skills also help you communicate your insight effectively. Once you are comfortable with this basic, yeah, it's time to explore machine learning fundamentals. We will start with supervised learning, where you encounter algorithms like linear regression and logistic regression, decision tree, and support vector mechanics. For unsupervised learning, focusing on clustering techniques like k-means and dimensionality reduction such as PZA, and don't forget model evaluation. Learn about training and testing the split, the cross validation and metrics like accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score. These metrics help you measure the quality of your model and refine them. After that, yeah, you will look on to this deep learning. Here, neural network, convolutional neural network, and RNNs are the foundation of modern AI application, especially in areas like image processing or language modeling. While these may seem complex, tools like TensorFlow and PyTorch offer pre-built models that make building deep learning models more manageable even for beginners. Yes, this exact point I have to specify. Actually, it is building practical experience, but understanding and building practical experience is very much important. Yes, dear friends, understanding the key AI concept and terminology will empower you to navigate the field with confidence. Knowing the difference between AI, ML, and deep learning, yeah, will help you understand where each technology applies. Generative AI is another hot area, with models like GANs and advanced language models such as GPT. As AI evolves, so does the need for prompt engineering, a new skills area for designing effective interactions with language modeling. Dear friends, the tools you will be working with here, it is actually Jupyter Notebook. It's invaluable for experimentation and documentation your code. Anaconda is excellent for managing libraries and environments, while Git helps with version control and crucial skill if you are working on collaborative projects. And getting some explorers to cloud platform like AWS or Google Cloud is also helpful, as they provide the resource needed for handling large data set and deploying models in real world application. Next, watch, yeah, building a strong AI portfolio. mainly entry level projects and certification. Of course, dear friends, building a strong foundation in artificial intelligence and machine learning is crucial, especially for entry level roles. Here, I just want to give you some beginner friendly projects and certification to help you develop practical skills and enhance your AI portfolio. So entry level projects, of course, one thing I just want to specify, dear friends, here I have just listed some projects. Of course, do these projects and have a hands-on project. It is to learn, it is to observe the model behind, the working behind. But don't make the same project for your portfolio. This is very much important point. Okay, so here, yes, of course, coming towards this predictive modeling, yeah, using data sets like Kaggle's house price data to build a regression model and image classification with CNN. And actually, it is comes with a data set with CIFAR 10 or MINST. That is, you would use a library like TensorFlow or PyTorch. Coming towards customer crunch prediction, sentimental analysis for product reviews, recommendation system, and chatbot development. Actually, these are very, very important projects that comes under natural language processing. Of course, here sentimental analysis, recommendation system, and chatbot development. These are all the things comes with text related, text processing. And mainly this time series forecasting, yes, dear friends, working on a time series project to predict sales or weathers or stock price. Yeah, it's a great way to understand the nonce of time dependent data and forecasting modeling. Surely, kindly just perform one particular exploratory data analysis project. It just perform an in-depth analysis of a data set. Focus on data cleaning, visualization, and summarizing insight, which are crucial skill for artificial intelligence and data scientist role. And next, of course, object detection in real time. Dear friends, whenever you just go with a list of project, kindly do one analysis project, one image processing project, one natural language, that is text related project. It is the what recommended. Usually, I just recommended it. And when coming towards recommended certification, there are numerous certifications there, but I just want to give you the top-notch certifications, which you just give a credit points to. And here I am just giving you the list as like Google Data Analytic Professional Certifications is there, IBM AI Engineering Professional Certificate, TensorFlow Developer Certificate. And when coming towards this Microsoft, yeah, Microsoft Azure AI Fundamentals. Actually, here you can just go with only fundamentals, or even you can just take it towards the Azure functionalities, and the AWS Certified Machine Learning. Deep learning AI, that is mainly towards this TensorFlow developer professional certification. When you just go towards this text and text processing and mainly related to natural language processing, Hugging Face course is very much important. Coming towards this data camp and data quest certification, this is also, yes, there in this list. And there are few more crash courses is there. One is among the Google AI education and Coursera specialization. There are so many courses are there. Dear friends, actually, it is not a must to have this certification. But when you just learn this certification, of course, you would get through a confident. To improvise your confidence, yes, of course, I need a certification and kindly just make through of it. And here I have just given you the top notches. And next it comes about the tips for building an AI portfolio. Whatever you just do a project, whether it is from basic or towards a unique project, include a GitHub repository with well-documented code, a project README, and your insights. Of course, explain your approach or challenges and conclusion, what you made and what you have started with the same conclusion have you just attained or not. Kindly just make a documentation. And making a blog about your project. Yes, write about your experience, challenges, and learning. Blogging shows your ability to communicate technical knowledge and enhance your visibility. Participating in Kaggle concept competitions. Yes, dear friends, it is very much a challenging one. Kaggle is a great way to gain hands-on experience, showcase your skills, and learn from other data scientists and AI professionals. And here I'm just going to give you one important point: collaborate on open source project. Contributing to or starting an open source projects allows you to work in teams, refine your skills, and gain practical experience in real world application. Not much, not it. Engage yourself in any community project or hackathon. Look for hackathons or AI community projects that allow you to work on real world problem, improve your skills, and network with like-minded individuals. You can just get it connectivity. And when coming towards the resources, where I can find the resources? Of course, staying updated in the rapidly advancing field of AI requires a mix of regularly checking relevant resources, joining active community, and engaging in continuous learning through courses and projects. Here, I'm just going to give you a breakdown of practical steps and resources that could help you as a beginner in artificial intelligence. Dear friends, follow some key websites and blogs. Us like data scientists or towards data scientists, Medium AI, Open AI blog is there, DeepMind blog is there, Google AI blog is there. Yes, of course, these are the open access repository, which is an excellent for accessing the latest artificial intelligence and machine learning papers or research papers or tutorials, and industry updates and insights are provided. And coming towards this OpenAI blog and DeepMind, of course, both organizations publish informative articles about their latest research, achievements, and advancement in artificial intelligence. Don't miss that. And coming towards subscribe to AI newsletters. Of course, dear friends, there are so many things are there. The batch they by, of course, Deep Learning AI, that offers a weekly summary of top AI news and updates, and even Inside AI, which provides a shorts or a weekly summarizing of AI news across the industry. And at the Gradient, a mix of technical summaries and accessible explanation of AI. So these are keeps you update on the field's evaluation. Next comes the engaging with online communities. Yes, dear friends, that is actually when you just come across with these communities, Reddit or KDNets or LinkedIn AI groups or Discord service. Yes, what it just makes. It just makes, and yeah, of course, machine learning and artificial intelligence are the exact active communities where you can read about new developments. You can see discussions on current research. And even if you are having any query, you can ask the questions. And here, K-Nudgets, actually, this is an informative AI and data science portal offering everything from educational articles to communities as like Q&A, and even industry news is all there. And of course, surely I have to include this LinkedIn AI groups. Of course, this one, joining an AI focused groups and engaging in discussion can give you an insight into real world applications and innovations. Making you active or making you motivated, kindly just go with some online courses and MOOCs. There are so many things that Askam listing, Coursera, Fast AI, Udacity, MIT, Open Course, VAS is there. And go for regularly read research papers and summaries. Yeah, dear friends, actually, when you just go with particular scenarios or particular communities, there are some platforms is there where papers with their code implementations also there, which make it easier to understand and apply new practicals, new idea related towards practicals. And of course, ResearchGate or academia, there are so many things are also there where you can follow AI researchers and read their pre-published papers, gaining early insight into the latest development into that field. And here, next one, attend conferences and webinars. Dear friends, of course, now you are in a webinar. Yes, this like attend some webinars where you can just gain knowledge and even you can just get it an insight or interactions. Many conference provide free access to keynote talks or recorded session. You can start by watching the highlights on the online resources. Many organizations, including Google AI and OpenAI, frequently host webinars about their research and AI advancement. A platform like Eventbrite and Meetups are also list local and virtual AI events. Kindly just be in connect with that. And next one, hands-on practice through project. This one, the awesome thing, dear friends, watching or reading, observing that thing, it is not sufficient. You have to have a hands-on practice. Observing or contributing the project or like GitHub is valuable for learning and practicing. So kindly explore open source project related to AI in GitHub resources. And of course, Kaggle has a free data set, community support is there, and many beginner-friendly tutorial to help you get friendly or get started with this. It's a great place to engage in challenges and projects. So don't miss that. And of course, dear friends, the books for a deep understanding. Here, when you just go towards the books, for machine learning, there are 100 number of books. For artificial intelligence, there are 100 number of books. There are deep learning, of course, there are 100 and number of books as well. Which book should I follow? Okay. First of all, when you just go towards book, kindly go with the basic. Go with the starting. Kindly go across the content, whether it observes you or it makes interesting to you. So if it is very much interested, then go into the content. And of course, there are so many books are there where mainly hands-on related and practice related. And of course, step-by-step process are also there according in deep learning or machine learning and artificial intelligence. Of course, so many books are there. Even you can just get it onto the resources connected. Next, last but not least, tools and techniques. Dear friends, what tool should you? Of course, from the beginning itself, I just specified Jupyter Notebook. It is a good thing. Of course, if you are not able to have the Jupyter, kindly just go for Google Colab, which allows you work with the Jupyter Notebook in a cloud environment and has resource for beginner to experiment with AI models. And of course, dear friends, TensorFlow and PyChart tutorials also there. Both platform provides tutorials and documentation that starts from the basic and are widely used in the industries. Dear friends, of course, we are started with these techniques, all the things. Now, this is the one where we are going to discuss about what is artificial intelligence, what is machine learning, what is deep learning. Here, I just want to specify one thing, dear friends. If it is in towards an just as like a definition, yeah, you can just specify artificial intelligence is a broad field aimed to creating system that can perform tasks required human technology or human intelligence, such as reasoning, problem solving, and understanding language. Okay. So many definition. You can just go ahead in the net or in the resource. There are so many things out there. I'm not going to repeat the same. I'm going to give you a small things. Kindly just answer. Actually, what is intelligent? What is intelligence? Well, there are plenty of different or definitions out there. But here, I'm just going to give you a simple one. Intelligence is the ability to make decision. That's it. If you can take a decision based on the information you have, yeah, you are acting intelligent. Even decision we make, big or small, is essentially just a way of processing what we know and choosing a path. Whether even though it is deciding what to have for the breakfast or what the work I have to do or what is this task or even what algorithm to apply in a project. all these are decision problems. But here's an interesting twist. Intelligent does not have to be a human. Any entity, whether a person, animal, and even a machine. So that can make decision quickly and accurately can be considered intelligent. Do you agree? Okay. So if a machine or a system can analyze data and make decision, we call it artificial intelligence and shortly AI. And that's where things start to get exciting. Now, let's talk about machine learning. Here, this machine learning and clarify a common misconceptions. See, many people think machine learning like human do, machine learns like what human does, but that's not really what happening. Machine learning is about learning patterns of function from data. In technical terms, a function machine takes input, processes it, and gives output. Machine is a process of finding an approximation these function machine from the data itself. Think of it in this way. Instead of manually coding a function to add numbers, if we give the machine example of numbers being added, it could learn an additional function by observing the result. So this process of learning from the example is at the heart of the machine learning. And it's especially powerful because it allows machines to handle complex tasks by learning from data. Now, of course, what is the deep learning? Yes, dear friends, deep learning is the subset of machine learning inspired by the structure of human brain. It uses a neural network with multiple layers. So hence deep. So deep is it to analyze complex data patterns. And of course, deep learning is particularly suited for large data set and complex tasks. So like images and speech recognition, so which involve processing unstructured data. So all towards the summarization, AI is the broadest field covering any machine intelligent, and machine learning is the subset of AI focused on data-driven learning model. And last but not least, deep learning is a subset of machine learning, specializing in neural network with many layers for handling complex data and patterns. Now, we had a quick overview of what is machine learning. Let's dive into this 3 types of machine learning. Each one has a unique approach and application. So let's break down to understand them in a better. Okay, if you are in a graduate or any of your college times, if your mentor or your professor give you a task, okay, do this a project, you have to do or submit a project. What is the thing first come into your mind? Okay, I know this concept or I know this methodology. Let me do this, apply onto this data and explore. This would be one type of a man. The next type, I don't know this concept. Let me do a project onto this and get it learned. So this is the 2 main functionality. And to the last third part of a batch would be that of course, let me just do it. If any error comes, let me improvise it. So that is what. So here, take that as an example. Now I'm just going to implement it into the types of machine learning. Yes, dear friends, where here coming into the machine learning, we have 3 types of functionalities. One is supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement. So first, we have the supervised learning. Yes, it is pretty straightforward. Okay, so meaning, yes, you know the correct answer for us like a label. So for each piece of your data, whichever it is provided, of course, you know, and the goal is for the model to learn the mapping between input and output. So it can predict correct outcome for new unseen data or unknown data. So that is the testing data. And next comes the unsupervised. So here you don't have the label, that is you don't know what is the concept. So you have to learn it and you have to do. So in such a manner, so there's no target variable telling the model what the right answer is. Instead, the goal is to explore the structure of the data itself and identify patterns, relationship, or grouping. Think about it like a detective trying to find hidden patterns in a sea of information. That in supervised here, of course, the model often uses clustering technique to group similar data points together. And last but not least, reinforcement. Reinforcement is different, a bit different. It's all about learning through trial and error, where the model makes decision and gets feedback based on its action. Think of it as teaching a robot how to play a game. At first, the robot doesn't know the rules. It tries different actions, receives rewards or penalties, and learn over time how to make the best decision or maximize its rewards. And imagine training a robot to walk. So initially, the robot might stumble, but each time it gets closer to walking properly, it gets a reward. Over time, the robot improves its walking by learning from its mistake and success. So here, reinforcement has been used in everything from teaching AI to play games or like chess and go to training or self-driving cars to make decision in real time on road. So yes, dear friends, here I just want to give you a small summarization of it. Yes, what is supervised learning? Yes, we have labeled the data and the model learn to predict the label or target. And coming towards unsupervised learning, yeah, there are no labels and the model tries to find pattern or grouping in the data on its own. It's like being a detective discovering hidden insights. When coming towards the reinforcement, the model learned by interacting with an environment, making decision and receiving rewards or penalties based on its actions. It is like learning through trial and error, as I have already specified. But each of these approach has its strength and applications depending on the problem you are trying to solve. Let's look on to the machine learning pipeline. Actually, pipeline which is a step-by-step process used to build and deploy machine learning models. Think of it a blueprint of taking a raw data, transforming it into a predictive model that can be used to make decision. Yeah, let's go step into this pipeline. First of all, whenever a project is given, what is the thing? Yes, the first step is any machine learning project is to define the problem. This is where you figure out exactly what you are trying to solve. Are you building a model to predict something or classify items or detect any anomalies? Yes, understand the business goal and translate them into the machine learning problem is critical because it will guide the rest of the process. And here, once the problem is defined, of course, the next is to gather the data. And here in this stage, you collect relevant data from various sources or various resources. Of course, this could involve accessing data sets like databases or scrapping the website or APIs. So here the key is ensuring that you have enough quality data that is relevant to problem you are solving. And main thing here, it is data pre-processing. Dear friends, with the data collected, the next step is data pre-processing. This involves cleaning the data to ensure it is the right format for training a machine learning model. Common tasks in pre-processing include handling missing values or dealing with outliers, or if you want to convert a categorical variable into numerical variable. So these steps is crucial because raw data is often messy. A pre-processing ensures that the data is clean and ready for the next stage. And of course, after pre-processing, the next step is future engineering. This involves creating new feature or modify the existing ones to make the data more informative for the model. And future engineering can significantly improve the performance of the model too. Next, okay, future engineering done. What is the next? Of course, you have to select the model. Once the data is ready, it's time to select a model, and this is where you choose the machine learning algorithm, the best fit your problem. For classification task, you might consider a model like logistic regression or random forest. Or for regression, you might choose a linear regression or support vector machines. So the model selection process often involves testing several models to see which one works for your data. Once done, of course, with the selected model in your place, the next step is to train it in using your data. So in the step, the model learns the pattern in the data by adjusting its parameter and to minimize error. So the data is split into training and testing data, with the training set used to build the model and the testing set, it is used to evaluate its performance. Okay. Once machine trained, that is model has been trained, of course, you are going for model evaluation. What you're going to do, it's in model evaluation. Of course, dear friends, whenever after training, you need to evaluate its performance. So this involves using various metrics to access how well the model is doing. So there are evaluation metrics separately for classification tasks, for regression problems, and even unsupervised are also there are separate things is that. You might use accuracy, precision, recall, F1 scores, and for regression, you can just go for mean squared error, R squared. So evaluations helps you understand how well the model will perform on unseen data. Next, I'm just going to give you one important hyperparameter tuning. Once the model is trained and evaluated, you might need to adjust its hyperparameter. For what? To optimize performance. And here, hyperparameter are the settings that are not learned from the data, but are set before training. See, for an example, the learning rate in gradient descent or the number of trees in the random forest model. Of course, hyperparameter tuning involves finding the best combination of these parameters to improve model performance. And dear friends, once after this, you are going for model deployment. So once the main is trained, evaluated, and tuned, it's the time to deploy it. Deployment means making the model available for the real world use. So this could involve integrating the model into an application or using it for batch prediction. The deployment step is where the model transition from beginning on experimental tool to a production ready solution. Finally, after deployment, the model needs to be monitored and maintained. So overall time, a new data comes in, model performance may decline. So this is because data can changes and model may need to be retained or fine-tuned. So fine-tuned with the fresh data to stay accurate. So regular monitoring ensures that the model continues to provide a value over the time. Next. Of course, dear friends, here I just want to give you a list of algorithm that we most probably use in machine learning. Kindly just have a look onto this. Under machine learning, we have supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement. And in supervised learning, the model is trained on label data, meaning that input data is paired with the correct output labels. So the goal is for model to learn the mapping from input to output and make the prediction on new unseen data. And here, common supervised algorithms are like linear regression, logistic regression, decision tree, random forest, support vector machines, k nearest neighbor is there, Navis Bayes is there. Of course, these here I didn't make it as like a classification or regression. Of course, both commonly comes from the supervised learning. And when coming towards this unsupervised, yes, of course, I have already specified unsupervised learning model are trained on unlabeled data, meaning the model tries to learn patterns and relationship between or with it without predefined output labels. So the goal is typical to identify hidden structure or patterns with the data. And here I have listed some common unsupervised learning models. So k-means cluster, hierarchical cluster, principal component analysis. Of course, PZA techniques is there to make a dimensionality reductions. Gaussian mixture model also there. So there are so many algorithms that comes under clustering. And where come towards this reinforcement. Dear friends, reinforcement models are trained through trial and error. So where an agent interacts with an environment, take actions, and learn from the rewards or penalties it receives. So the object is to learn a strategy that is as like a policy that maximize cumulative rewards over the time. And here I have just listed the common reinforcement learning models, that is Q learning, deep Q learning. Some more are like proxy gradient, proximal policy optimization is there, policy gradient methodology is there. So many functionalities are there. Kindly just at least make a few projects related to each and every category. Do some projects on classification, do some projects on regression, clustering, and decision tree. And of course, dear friends, here I didn't include the projects under deep learning, but kindly have a note on towards this deep learning. Of course, dear friends, there are a project related to artificial neural network. You can have convolutional neural network and any more projects related to recurrent neural network, and some comes under long short-term memory, and of course, generative adversarial network. So these are the exact concept comes under deep learning. So kindly just do at least or have a hands-on towards one particular project under this. Okay, now next I just want to make you understand the generative AI. Dear friends, the generative AI is a subset of artificial intelligence that focuses on creating new content rather than just analyzing or classifying the existing data. It has gained significant attention because it allows machine to generate novel data that mirrors real world pattern. So making it applicable in various domains like creative arts, text generation, learn the underlining, okay, learn the underlining distribution of data. And here I just want to specify what are the exact distributing of data. Of course, images, text, audio or video, or all this comes under this, and then generate new instant that follow similar pattern. See, for an example, given a data set of images, a generative model can produce new images that look similar to the one in the training. Yet are original. Okay. So here, what would be the exact concept? Of course, dear friend, here in generative model, you have two main functionalities is there. That is generative model and another one is distributive. And this generative model, yes, generative model learn how data is structured and generate new data that fits to this structure. And here the primary techniques, first of all, of course, I just let you know the first main primary techniques under generative model is GAN, that is generative adversarial networks. Actually, it consists of two networks, a generator and a discriminator. So a generator tries to create fake data, for an example, deepfakes, of course, while the discriminator tries to distinguish between the real and fake. So both networks improve iteratively with the generator learning to create more realistic data. And here, of course, I just want to give you one more primary generative model, that is variation autoencoder, which we just shortly specify VAES. Variational autoencoders. Actually, variation autoencoders is also another type of generative model. They work by encoding data into a compressed form and then decode it back into a similar output. This technique is actually useful in image generation and anomaly detection. And next generative model I have to specify, it is autoregressive model. See, this model generates data one step at a time, conditioning each new output to the previous one. And of course, dear friend, from this only the generative pre-trained transformer are evolved, which generate coherent text sequence based on the input prompt. And here, when it comes to this data distribution learning, see, actually, generative AI is based on the concept of probability distribution. That is comes this data distribution learning. And the model is trained to understand how data is distributed across multiple dimensions. Here, multiple dimension, of course, you can just say pixel. It is a multiple dimensions in an image. And if you just say a word, of course, word, it is in a sentence. So once it learns this distribution, the model can generate new data samples that follow similar pattern. And when on specifying this generative AI, of course, I have to list the applications of it. The main and most one, natural language processing. Of course, under natural language processing, there are so many applications are there. Text generation, of course, models like GPT-4, GPT-3, yeah, it can write essays. It can write poems, dialogues, and more based on the given prompt. They learn the structure of language by analyzing vast amount of text data. And here, one more thing I just want to specify, translation. Translation models such as Google's translation system use generative technique to translate text between languages, ensuring that generated translations are contextually accurate. Next one, of course, I have to specify summarization. Generative AI can summarize long article into consistent or coherent summarization, allowing user to get the gist of a document quickly. So when you just take into this generative under this text processing as natural language processing, here I have just listed you some applications. And even when you just go for the images, if you can just have image generation, image classification, image fusion is there. And of course, videos also, of course, videos, when you just say it is a 25 frames per second of this image. So, of course, whatever you just say, take it into image, of course, you can enhance it towards the videos. And some technology common towards the both, deep fake technology. So, GANs are used to create deep fakes, highly realistic, synthetic images or videos of people that did not actually occur. So this is actually widely used in entertainment and education, but also raised ethical concerns too. So I just reduce a little bit topic onto that. And yeah, coming towards generative AI on audio, videos, music. So music composition, speech synthesization, so many things are there. And of course, it is also not left towards the thing game design. So AI can generate 3D models for use in games or virtual reality, creating a realistic environment, object, and characteristics from scratch based on the training data. And one thing I have to include, of course, recent research related towards this GAN, very much used for drug discovery under healthcare also. So protein folding or synthetic data generations. So many things are there. Now, when on specifying that, one question arises as like how this generative AI differs from this traditional AI. Dear friends, while traditional AI focuses on primary on understanding, interpreting, and processing data for specific task. What is the task? Classification is the task, regression is the task, clustering is the task. But here, generative AI creates new instance of the data. So often not seen before. And here, when you just take it towards this traditional, focusing on solving problem through analysis of the existing data, that would be the exact objective of this traditional. But here, what would be the objective? Of course, aims to create a new realistic data. I want to create a new realistic data. And when coming towards the modern approach, of course, dear friends, this traditional AI uses the techniques like supervised, unsupervised, or reinforcement. And here for generative AI, yeah, we have generative models like GANs is there, VAEs is there, of course, autoregressives is there. So that don't just analyze, but also generate new outputs. So that is what the main important functionalities. And when coming towards the data interaction, how this data interaction both here written, of course, when you just go for this traditional AI, train models to recognize pattern in data and provide output based on this recognition. But here in generative AI, it learns the underlying data distribution and use this learned model to produce new instant. So yes, dear friends, of course, from the objective, we are just specifying what is the difference between this traditional and generative. And of course, one simple things I want to say, what about the challenges and considerations in generative AI? Of course, generative models need high quality, large data set to perform well. So the quality of generated data depends on the quality of the data used for training. And last but not least, whenever I just specify about this generative, one important thing comes into the mind, that is the deepfake. Ethics concern. Yes, the use of generative AI to create deepfake videos has raised concern around the misinformation and the potential for miscellaneous misuse. And next one, yeah, concluding towards this, dear friends, generative AI represents a shift from traditional AI by enabling machines to create rather just analyze or interpret data. And here, I just want to specify one particular thing that here we are in recent trend. Yes, dear friends, connecting this generative AI towards this GPT. See, generative AI is broad field of artificial intelligence focused on creating a new data that mimics the pattern and structures of data it was trained on. We have already discussed that. This can apply to a variety domain, including text, images, even audio too. But here, the goal of generative AI is not just to classify or analyze data, but to generate new content that appears similar to what it was trained. And one of the most advanced and impactful application of this generative AI in a language model, that is language modeling, and AI systems specifically trained to understand, generate human language. So that is what specified generative pre-trained transformation. So is a prominent example of generative AI. And there are so many applications here. We can create human-like text as like generative AI and text generation. And here, most important functionality, we want to speak about language models. What is a language model? See, actually, a language model is a type of machine learning model. See, pre-trained only, but model that is trained to predict the likelihood of the sequence of a word. So it learns the pattern, grammar, syntax, and context of the human language by analyzing vast amount of text data. And here, language models are generative, meaning they can create new text based on the learning data pattern. And here, I just want to specify one thing, dear friends. Here, this generative pre-trained transform language that uses the transformer architecture to generate text, and that makes a pre-trained of large data set like books or articles or website, and learning the interactives of the language, including the word order, sentence structure, and even contextual relationship between the words. So once trained, this GPT can generate text based on the input prompt, continuing the sequence of predicting the next most likely word. Here I have just specified one word now. What it is? Prompt. Yes, of course. The next one we are going to discuss about the prompt. And before that, I just list you what are all the applications of this GPT here. Of course, there are so many things is there. Even I have just specified here. Yes, of course, content creation, customer service is there, translations is there, summarization is there. Of course, even you can learn this artificial intelligence and machine learning through code generation. It's available. So yes, dear friends, use the exact prompt properly. For the prompt, of course, you have to know what is prompt and prompt engineering. Dear friends, prompt engineering is the process of carefully designing and crafting the input given to the generative model and to elect the most relevant, accurate, and useful output. Actually, it involves optimizing the way a prompt is structured to improve the model's response. And kindly just one thing observe, dear friends. Here I have just given so many important things is that, yes, use the prompt as an input example, specify output prompt, what you want, what is the exact thing you want. Kindly provide the complete sentence, even include the context, be clear and specific towards the input. These are the things you have to be concerned to get, yes, of course, mainly handle this particular functionality when you provide a prompt. Of course, everyone or you are nowadays using this ChatGPT or Gemini, and of course Copilot. So many things is there. If even though I just specify or not, okay. But kindly just what you want, what is the exact requirement, what you are going to text as an input prompt. Kindly just be aware and then provide it, and what is your needed. That is also you have to be very much clear and specific. And yeah, dear friends, this prompt engineer plays a critical role in the shaping the responses generated by the AI. Okay, by Carefully designing the refining prompt, user can significantly influence the model performance, making it more accurate or relevant and aligned with their needs. So whether guiding the style or context or length or precision of the output, prompt engineering ensures that generative AI can provide value in the wide area of application. So from creating writing to technical problem solving. And yes, dear friends, here I just conclude the session. Thank you for joining the Decoding Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning. And yes, dear friends, we have covered the essential tools, tool for the beginner, explore the difference between AI, ML, and DL, and delved into fascinating topic like generative AI, GANs, language model like GPT, and like a little bit power of prompt engineering. So we also discussed how this AI transforming industry and enhancing experience across various things. And yeah, dear friends, I take this opportunity and again, thank you for participating. And here for your connection and for your further sessions or training, there are so many links is there. You can connect it with Facebook, you can connect it with LinkedIn, through the call and through web resource, everything it is provided. Kindly just connect with them and get explored, because this AI continues to evolve. It opens up endless possibilities for innovation. And key takeaway is that continuous learning and staying updated are crucial to keep pace with this advancement. So make your opportunity. Okay. So just starting or looking deepen to your knowledge. Here is the opportunity. Kindly just explore towards the field. And yeah, over to Priyam.
Thank you so much, Ajanta, for that incredibly informative session. You've covered such a wide range of topics. I'm sure everyone here has gained great insights into what it takes to succeed in the world of AI and machine learning. Now, let's hear from our lovely audience. Over to our Q&A round. So, Ajanta, the first question for today's session is, what are the most common challenges that beginners face when working on AI projects, and how can they overcome these challenges?
Now, would you just repeat it? I just got disconnected. Oh.
Okay, I'll repeat it again. What are the most
Hmm.
common challenges that beginners face when working on AI projects, and how can they overcome these challenges?
Yeah, mainly related towards the problems. Actually, one thing it is about the data. Here, I have to specify one important thing. Can I just share my experience here? If
Definitely,
not,
we'd love to hear from
yeah.
you.
Yeah. That is actually one time. Actually, two things I have to share. One thing. See, actually, when at the time of pandemic, we just done so many researches, and here I just want to share it proudly. That is the first first COVID patient was identified. That is a patient in India identified in March 8th. I'm if I'm not wrong, kindly correct me. So March 7th or 8th, 2020. But even before that, I was in the research of COVID, and I have published a paper, got Best Paper Award. It happened in March 15th, 2020.
Oh,
So,
that's
in the way, I'm very much keen into that research. And most probably, so many researchers we just got. At one particular time, mainly in September and October, we just got a project related to this COVID, and we started doing the project about its happenings. And after 2 months only, we just came in to know the data which we just got it is not a correct data. It is not a quality data. So the first most main thing, it is all about the data. And after that, a second hit, what it is we just learned a lesson. Okay, the project is also gone to our hands. So we just left. But taking us as lesson, so we started on, whenever we just get a data or whenever just we get a project, we very much concern onto the data. And second thing, we predicted the second wave that is going to happen in April or May 2021. We already predicted in January 2021 itself. but
Okay.
we are very much scared on publishing the papers.
Okay.
Why? Because the hit which we just got, maybe the data can be fake, or
Mm-hmm.
whether it be right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So in such a case, we didn't publish it. And fortunately, unfortunately, the second wave hit it in India, March 2021. So, yes, of course, this is also a lesson. So, what is the thing is, whenever a beginner, kindly very much make keen sense on towards the data which you select. It should be authorized, it should be a qualitized, and mainly whenever you just get a data, be think whether it is pre-processed or you have to do the pre-process. If the control is it in yours, take it in a proper manner as step-by-step formalities.
Okay, that was quite interesting actually, and your experience that you shared, that was amazing. Thank you,
Yeah,
Ajanta. Let's move on to our second question. What are
yeah.
the benefit and risks of AI in creative industries like art, music, and writing?
See, actually, when we just think about art and music, there are so many things now. It has been evolved. Okay, so the first thing which getting affected, the first thing which is getting affected, yeah, that is what mainly this creative things only. Here when on building towards this music, you can deep fake it. When on keeping towards the speech, yeah, you can deep faking. And mainly on towards the art, benefits are those. So many things is there. Creating, boosting also is there. Personalizing, you can also make benefit. Efficiency, you can improvise it. But riskness is loss of authenticity. And the second one is copyright of ownership. It is going on. And one main thing, even though I have to share it, of course, job displacement. So in creative field, AI tools may replace certain roles, leading to this concern about employment for human artists and content creators.
True, very true. That's quite sad, but that is the impact of technology that we have to bear.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
thanks, Adanta. The next question is, can you explain how AI is currently being used in industries like healthcare, finance, or retail? What are some
Mhm.
real world examples of AI applications that have made a significant impact?
Okay. First of all, I just take healthcare. See, actually, AI used for diagnosing diseases for medical imaging, predicting patient outcomes, personalizing treatment plans are also here. And so many examples is there. Yeah, IBM Watson Health Provider is there. That is AI provider analytics for cancer researchers and treatments. That is also very much important when coming towards healthcare. And when speaking on towards this finance, see, actually, AI models are used for fraud detection, algorithmic trading, and credit scoring. That can also be used. And here, one particular thing, if you ask like an example, yes, IP Morgan's that uses AI for automating and improving the its trading strategy. And last one you asked about retail, na? So actually, see, when coming towards this retail, AI helps retail personalize recommendation, optimize inventory, and enhance customers' service through chatbots also. And of course, Amazon's recommendation engine and Walmart AI powered. So everything comes here towards this AI related. And as you specified this AI related towards this healthcare, one real world example I have to just wish to share it. One time, actually, this has also happened after pandemic. It's 2022, mid of 2022, there we are very much keen on towards one project related to healthcare mining. There actually it is the end of pandemic, so we are very much health conscious. So there we done some researchers related towards what about proteins or minerals, carbohydrate, how much we have to intake, how much we have to avoid, like that. And I'm very much particular research on towards this protein. Why? Because this protein came into exist as like plant protein, animal protein, so many things. So I thought, okay, protein is very much important, so we have to take. So in one such a case, when I'm just making a research and towards the visualization, I just analyzed one thing and it really shocked me that if we take an intake of protein, if it is higher than a limit on a limit restriction is there, if it is limiting that is higher, it just makes a kidney disease.
Oh.
It causes a kidney disease. Actually, I'm not a physician. Of course, even though we are not much more about that, I just want to make one more clarification with a physician, general physician, cardio, and I just made a small discussion meeting with that. And really, I'm very much shocked to know that, yes, there is a limit of something actually the weight into 0.86 grams something they specify. So if you are weighted as a 70 kg, you have to make it 70 into 0.8 one day per day. You have to take that protein alone. If it is exceeds, yeah, it just leads to kidney disease.
Oh my God.
So that is what so many in.
Are you there with us, Ajanta? Are you here, Ajanta? Hello?
Yeah. Am I connected?
Yeah, you're connected. We lost you in between. You were saying you were completing about the protein research.
Yeah, that is what. So actually, so very much keen on towards actually this exact protein. It is related to each and every individuality. So that time only we just came to know that is this keto diet, plateau diet, so many diets and all. So if that exact person having an intake of this protein and it has to be balanced towards their weight. So more on research on towards healthcare also
Very
is going on.
you're doing
Yeah.
some very interesting research, I would say, and we'd love to hear more about it, but we are short on time, so
Yeah,
maybe some
understood,
other time we
understood.
definitely would want to know more about your research.
Sure.
Let's address the
Thank you.
let's
Yeah,
address the
please,
last
please.
question of the evening. What are some practical strategies for beginners to build a solid foundation in machine learning? Are there specific learning paths or resources that you recommend?
Okay, I just give a small point. Whether do you choose? Actually, when coming towards this foundation of artificial intelligence or machine learning, there are so many roles, different towards the industries. One say data analyst, one say specify the same thing and put a word as a business analyst. IT analyst. So each and everything, or of course, the role responsibility would be similar, but towards the business or towards the data or towards IT, it just differs. And to the same thing when coming towards this data scientist, yes, one enhanced now it is as like a machine learning scientist. And data engineering, it is evolved as like a machine learning engineering. So whatever be the role, first of all, take the role what you are preferring or you are willing. Just take the job description. Go through the job description one by one. If you are known, aware, and if you are confident onto the concept, put a tick. If you are not, put a cross. Just make a separation. What are all the ticks you have just listed separately, and what are all the cross things you just separate it, make it. The stick, whichever you specified, make at least one project. Put it in your GitHub as a portfolio. And the cross things, whichever you have just specified as a listed, make it the exact functionality as at least, even if you are not making a new project, just have a hands-on of an already existing project. This one, the one I advise. Now, which one do I want to choose? I'm interested in data analyst, I'm interested in data scientist or engineering, whatever be. If you take the three job description from the three different jobs roles, okay, the higher the tick, of course, that suits you. if you're having confusion, just follow actually, whenever I just go, I specify, take a paper and a pen and just scribble it. So that is what. So with the paper and pen itself, you can just solve so many things. So yes, put something as whichever okay, whichever not, and this 3 step, not only for that particular job, I just follow it every 3 months, every 5 months once, because whether am I fit to the next superior, if I'm next to be fit, even if you want to motivate yourself, I just do this practice. So this happens always. So I'm just sharing this to the ones, everyone who can also have.
Thank you so much, Ajanta. That was quite a helpful tip for, I think, all of us. So thank you for sharing your expertise with us, and thank you to everyone who joined us today. We hope you found this session insightful and that you're leaving with new knowledge and motivation to explore AI and ML further. If you're interested in more webinars and training sessions, don't hesitate to reach out to us at Education Nest and follow us on the social media handles that Ajanta had shown before. If we're here to support you on your journey to mastering AI and machine learning. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you in our future webinars. Thank you so much for your time, everyone. Bye. Have a nice
Yeah.
evening.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.